I have a feeling you might be experiencing strange electrical, buzzing, vibrating, or even tremor type feelings in your body, right? Because you're watching this video. Let me tell you, I know all about this feeling and I know exactly what this feels like. And it's so hard to describe this feeling to people. I think the closest I got was telling family, friends, and doctors that it felt like my body was plugged into an electrical outlet. They looked at me like I was crazy, but that's truly the feeling I was experiencing. In this video, I'm going to break down the reasons behind this bizarre feeling, and as always, because you know I'm in the business of helping you self-heal, I'll be explaining exactly what you can do to reduce or eradicate these awful symptoms altogether. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Kelly Nelson here with Kelly Nelson Health. Welcome back to my channel where I help you self-heal from chronic conditions such as, but not limited to, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain, mystery type illness, anxiety, and more. If you know my story, you know that I have suffered with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome diagnosis that involves severe chronic pain, fatigue, brain fog, and anxiety for 6 years before I found the beautiful world of mind-body healing and brain retraining and nervous system regulation that finally ignited the healing power I already had within. Having gone through this myself, I know exactly what it takes to recover. So I now dedicate my life to helping you do the same. First, I want to remind you, you are energy. I am energy. Every living thing on this planet is energy. In fact, many claim, and with great reason, that every single thing on this planet, whether living or not, is energy. Now, if you've been following my channel, you should know more than the average Joe about nervous system dysregulation and how it is often the answer to many chronic conditions. But if you're new here, I'll give you a short breakdown. When our body is stuck in a sympathetic state, meaning chronic fight or flight, our body is in a state of survival. So our blood flows away from the visceral organs into the extremities, preparing us to fight or flee the perceived threat. So major systems in the body stop working properly because they are second priority to this perceived threat, right? Because we need to survive. So yeah, okay, fine for when our lives are actually being threatened, but there's two things I want to point out here. One, rarely are we even in a life-threatening situation these days. In fact, dare I say, hardly ever are we in life-threatening situations. In our primal days, yes, but nowadays, not even close. And two, when our bodies are operating correctly in a healthy manner, we are able to switch this fight or flight response off. It just happens naturally once we realize we are no longer in danger. But when we are stuck in this state of chronic fight or flight, it means that there is a malfunction happening in our limbic system. And this is when things start to go really bad. This is when we become severely symptomatic, even resulting in individuals becoming bedridden. We are not meant to be in this state permanently. In fact, most animals don't even survive in this state of chronic fight or flight. Now, how does this information tie into these internal buzzing, vibrating, electrical type sensations? When we're stuck in chronic fight or flight, we experience many unwanted symptoms in different places all over the body, right? Brain fog, fatigue, chronic joint pain, gastrointestinal issues, bladder issues, the list goes on, as we know. But one symptom many of us with nervous system dysregulation have in common is this internal electrical type feeling type vibration. This is because our nervous systems are way overstimulated. So what should be our normal healthy range of electrical currents in the body gets exacerbated times 100. So essentially our internal electrical current dial is turned up to a volume 10. And by the way, that's on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm assuming you knew this. For me, I know that this awful sensation was turned up to a 10 24/7. I never had any reprieve from it. It was awful. I went to bed feeling it. I woke up feeling it. I even dreaded waking up in the morning knowing I was going to experience it the first second that I was conscious. So if you're with me on this, please let me know your experience in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So as you know, I am in the business of teaching you how to self-heal from chronic conditions and anxiety, and that's exactly what we'll get into now. So how can you reduce or even eradicate this horrible, bizarre, random symptom altogether? Well, we need to focus on bringing that dial I was speaking about earlier down. So on my Instagram, I'm pretty much showing you these tools daily, all of the time. So feel free to follow me at Kelly Nelson Health. But for now, I want to share the top 5 things that helps me the most. So I'll go through them backwards, 5 through 1, 1 being the most effective for me personally. So 5, breathing exercises. When we take long, deep, diaphragmatic breaths for multiple minutes, multiple times a day, the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system has no choice but to be activated. So don't underestimate the power of the breath. Oh, and bonus, be sure to pay extra attention to the out breath because this is when our parasympathetic knob gets turned up even more. That's our rest and digest, so that's what we want. And then 4, getting out in nature. Okay, people, there's going to be 2 of you listening right now. Some of you who think that this may be a little ridiculous, being in nature can't help our physiological symptoms, and then there's going to be those of you who really know the profound effects of being in nature, right? Probably from experience. Well, the second group, yes, you are right. Kudos to you because absolutely, it is proven being in nature calms our nervous system. Its elements are quite literally medicine for us, including the sun. So get out there, go on a beach walk, take a nature hike, ground yourself by putting your feet on the grass and let the rays of the sun hit your beautiful face. 3, staying off of electronics 1 hour after waking up and 1 hour before going to bed. Okay, I'm not going to get all crazy with the EMF talk right now, but okay, maybe just a little crazy. Just let me get a little crazy. EMFs are harmful, right? There it is. I said it. Are we still friends? I hope so. We humans are not meant to have all of these harmful electrical magnetic stimuli surrounding us 24/7. But that being said, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I promise. It's the world we live in. We love our cell phones. We love our TV. We love it. But this is when I remind you, not everything we love is healthy for us, right? We all love chocolate. What if we ate chocolate as much as we liked? That's not healthy for us. So this is one example. Now, I'm not going to ask you to throw your TV away or toss your cell phone into the ocean, but what I'm going to ask you to do is simply stay off your cell phone 1 hour before bed and 1 hour after waking up. You guys, this made all the difference for me when I started implementing this. And find an accountability partner, mix it up, make it fun. Ask your husband, your wife, your roommate to take part in this with you. And instead, maybe you can play games or go on that nature hike I was talking about, right? The options are endless. 2, meditation. Dare I even get into the details on this one? Meditation, as you know, has quite literally changed people's lives. And for a good reason. Meditation absolutely has amazing effects on calming our nervous system and getting us out of fight or flight. It's been known to decrease emotional, mental, and physical symptoms, just makes us happier, less stress, improves memory, and it grounds us, right? We feel more present, more in the moment. There are a ton of free apps out there, so there is no excuse, my friends, no excuse whatsoever. And some of those favorite apps of mine are Insight Timer, Headspace, and Calm. And I'll go ahead and link that below for you. So go on and get meditating. Okay, next up is the number 1 holy grail tool to use when trying to regulate your nervous system and bring yourself out of fight or flight, reducing those unwanted symptoms. Brain retraining. If you're new to brain retraining, feel free to go check out my previous YouTube videos explaining all the details, but for now, I'll leave you with this short little synopsis as to what it is and how you can implement it today. Brain retraining is manually rewiring our brain's pathways, specifically ones that create unwanted symptoms in the body, and redirecting them to create new neural pathways that create wellness and health in the mind and body. Have you ever heard the saying, whatever fires together, wires together? Well, that applies here. See, we're all brain retrainers. We're experiencing brain retraining every time we learn something. We fire new neural pathways over and over and over until they wire together and build a neural network. So when we're stuck in a chronic state of fight or flight, We want to use brain retraining to redirect these neural pathways that are keeping us stuck toward building new pathways that make us feel safe again, a place of rest and digest, and most importantly, a place of healing. And the two most effective ways to retrain our brains are through igniting the five senses and visualization. So the technique I love to teach my students is to lie down, close your eyes, and take about 4 to 5 minutes a day to go back into a past memory of yours that brings you so much joy, a time when you were feeling your best, and then out loud in the first person, explain everything you're experiencing. So what are you seeing, smelling, hearing, feeling, and tasting? Really get into those feelings, really get them going as if you're there in the actual moment. Now, it might not feel like it in the moment, but this, my friends, is rewiring your brain on steroids. It's an incredible tool to get you feeling more safe in your body, leading to a reduction in these unwanted symptoms. And if you want to get the full rundown of what this exercise should look like, because there are a few other steps that you can take to amplify the benefits, make sure to click the brain retraining meditation link I left for you in the description box below. Now, this should go without saying, but of course, like all of the tools I teach you on this little corner of the internet, they only work if you stay consistent. And so I invite you, yes, you, my beautiful friend who deserves to be so incredibly happy, healthy, and thriving in life, to implement all of what I've taught you today in your life. It doesn't have to be all at once. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Just do as much as you can because you are so worth it. If you feel this video helped you understand those unwanted, buzzing, vibrating type sensations, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Although this channel is new, I don't ever plan on putting a stop to these videos because helping others heal is truly my biggest passion in life. And the more that you subscribe, the more people can be helped. You can also hit the bell notification so you can be notified when my next video comes out. Thanks so much for watching. Happy, healthy healing. Bye.